Look at this reception this horse is getting. Have you ever taken some...
Here this afternoon at Newcastle and not at Doncaster is because of the serious problems which the Yorkshire track had with the ground, which resulted in this horrific pile-up in the Tote Portland Handicap. And as we see it now, we've just got to the 2 furlong mark. Madraco is in the lead. He's just about at this stage to put his foot in a hole. And there he goes, a horrific fall there, a bone-crunching fall for Paul Cook. He brought down Pendor Dancer with Ian Johnson and Tolo with Ray Cochrane. Unfortunately, Madraco broke his leg in that fall, but he's such a family pet that the owner persuaded the vets to try and save him. We've had hundreds of letters asking how Madraco is, and this week Derek went down to find out just that.
Well, that was a heck of a fall, but thanks to people like top equine surgeon Ian Wright here at the Animal Health Trust in Newmarket, they're managing to save horses like Madraco. And what's the incredible thing is that this place is run on charity.
That's right, the whole unit is run on charity. Here in the equine clinical unit, we're concerned with orthopaedic problems in horses, and we deal with many injuries, such as those sustained by Madraco.
And look at this, he's got what? Get well cards from all over.
Yes, he's had lots of cards all over the country, lots of polo mints and apples too.
Right, let's pop inside and see him. Oh, here he is. Hello, Madraco. Hello, big fella. How are you doing? He looks well, Ian.
Yes, he does. He's coped with it all extremely well.
Yeah. Now, what did you do when you got him back from Doncaster?
He arrived here after racing, and we took him straight into the X-ray unit, where we X-rayed the injured leg and discovered the fractures which were there, and then he got put into the splint which he has on now.
What actually was wrong with him?
What he'd done is he had fractured his pastern, and in doing that had ruptured the ligaments which hold his fetlock in place, so his fetlock was in fact dislocated at that time.
So it was a very, very bad break?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Was there any choice? I mean, how close were you to suggesting to the owner that it's not really worth trying to save him, we should put him down?
He had no potential to race again after that, but the owner was very keen, because he's extremely fond of the horse, that providing a good life could be guaranteed for him, that we should do everything we can to save him.
But is that possible in most horses that break legs on racetracks or on the training gallops?
It's becoming increasingly possible to do that. We can now repair most fractures which occur from the knee or the hock downwards. Fractures above that are still difficult in adult horses, but below the knee and hock, there is a good success rate.
Well, that's marvellous. Janet, by the way, is he a good patient? Is he all right?
He's been great.
He
Very
has.
good to work with.
He's super. Can we turn him around? Can we just have a look now at the injured leg? It's the off hind. And Ian, it's a splint just like you or I would put on a broken leg if we had one.
That's right. What we'd done, because of the injury which he'd sustained, is that we were able to get his fetlock back into normal alignment, and then we put on this, which is called a Robert Jones bandage, which is layers of cotton wool compressed by cotton gauze, and then he's fitted with splints on the inside and the outside of the limb, which keep everything in alignment. And once that is on, as you can see, he's very comfortable on the limb. He's quite happy to bear weight.
And how long before he's able to be turned out in the field and can live a normal life again?
We expect to keep him in the hospital for approximately another week,
Yeah.
until that will be then 6 weeks after his injury, and then he'll go home. He'll stay in a box for another 6 weeks, and hopefully he may be able to be turned out in the spring.
Well, that's marvellous news that we've seen him. Now, come on, Madraco, I've got a special surprise for you, because guess what? Yeah, we clubbed together and bought you some. Now, I know you like these. I've had it on good authority. Let's see. Oh, is that all right? Well done, big fella. Nice to see you. You like some? Let me get the paper off. Hang on. He does like them.
He certainly does.
Well done. Nice to see you. Good to see Madraco, none the worse after breaking his leg. But we're saying there, John, that a horse who breaks his leg, I mean, so often in the past, it literally is put down almost straight away.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of horses, when they break their legs on the race course, if they're not like you and I, if we break something or you injure yourself, you pull up straight away and stop. They don't. It's bred in them to race. They normally go on and they do themselves irreparable damage. And you get something that's really nice, like Madraco's obviously very intelligent and is a good patient.
He is a good patient. I mean, normally a lot of horses would be jumping about, kicking and what have you. He is nice and quiet.
That's it. They don't give themselves a chance to heal. Even the ones that, you know, they've got a chance of recovery, they fret and they walk around the box and they just don't give the bone a chance to heal. He's obviously realised that he's injured himself and done the sensible thing and is relaxing and enjoying your polos.
It's interesting, you know, John, we're talking about the jockeys there, Paul Cook and Ian Johnson. I mean, Ray Cochrane's all right, he's riding again, but I talked to Paul and Ian this morning, and both don't think they'll be back in action much before Christmas. Paul's still got a bad foot. He says he's getting around the farm all right, but he's hobbling a bit. And Ian says he's still got a very bad back. Now, they're going to come back, hopefully, for the all-weather racing, which starts on Monday. Are you looking forward to that? Are the jockeys looking forward to that?
I think some of them will be looking forward to it. Obviously, it's going to give a lot of jockeys an opportunity to keep earning money throughout the winter, because a lot of people tend to read in the papers how much the top jockeys are earning and think that every jockey riding earns that sort of amount. They don't. A lot of them struggle, and through the winter a lot of them have to go back and work in yards, ride out. This will give them an opportunity to stay fit during the winter and earn a few extra pounds as well.
Well, that's the news from
to that weight, because when you stand next to him,